You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, friends. Today's story: Space, the Next Frontier. She was a child of the Space City. Growing up in Huntsville, Alabama, the roaring rocket engines and the towering shadow of the V5 were just a part of the local scenery. It was just a town built on promises of tomorrow, populated by the brightest minds of aerospace, and her family was right in the thick of it. Her father was a highly respected NASA engineer and a man who understood the complex mathematics of pushing heavy metal into the cold vacuum of space. So it was no surprise that that young girl inherited that same brilliant, questioning mind. She had a passion for chemistry, physics, and the mysteries of the cosmos. But as she grew older, she began to look at those massive, fire-breathing rockets and see limitations. To her, burning tons of chemical fuel just to break free of Earth's pull seemed archaic. She believed that there had to be a better way. A quieter way, a way not to fight gravity, but to master it. She stepped off of the traditional academic path and walked boldly into the fringes of modern physics. She began researching zero-point energy, field propulsion, and concepts that most mainstream scientists dismissed as science fiction. She wasn't just a dreamer, she was an organizer. She co-founded the Institute of Exotic Science, gathering rogue physicists, brilliant engineers, and maverick thinkers who were all chasing the ultimate prize of anti-gravity. They worked out of an unassuming lab, quietly running experiments that they believed could render the internal combustion engine and the entire fossil fuel industry completely obsolete. Rumors began to swirl in the tightly knit, secretive world of advanced aerospace. Whispers that her team was actually making progress. Whispers that they had discovered abnormal weight loss in the testing materials. She was preparing to secure major funding and to bring her exotic science into the light of day, and perhaps change the trajectory of human history. But challenging the established laws of physics and perhaps the established powers of the world is a dangerous game. In June of 2022, just as her work was allegedly reaching a critical tipping point, this brilliant, ambitious young scientist was found dead in her home. She was only 34 years old. The official rulings pointed to a tragic, personal end. But in the quiet laboratories and internet forums where pioneers of exotic science gather, a heavy, unsettling silence fell. Her sudden passing sent shockwaves through a community that already operated under the shadow of secrecy. Her friends and colleagues were left to wonder, had the pressure simply become too much for a brilliant mind? Or had the research into the ultimate energy source attracted the wrong kind of attention? We may never know if she was truly on the verge of giving humanity the stars, or if she was simply a brilliant dreamer who slipped away too soon. But the girl who wanted to conquer gravity ultimately left behind a mystery that weighs heavier than anything she ever built. She is Amy Eskridge. And whether you realize it or not, this is The Landing Point. Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly, and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.